Welcome again. Welcome to this live. I'm going to share with you very short introduction regarding mindfulness and how to use mindfulness in order to reduce the stress and live a more mindful life. And I'm going to give you 4 exercises for the next few weeks to be sure that you're going to start. And those 4 exercises, don't worry, they're not very difficult, very easy ones. Okay, so we're going to go directly into the content. I have a mini webinar, and this is what we're going to focus on today: mindfulness. What is mindfulness? It's the basic human ability to be fully present. Okay, maybe you already heard about it. Okay, but not all of us understood exactly what mindfulness is about. Okay, so it's the basic human ability to be fully present, aware of where we are and what we're doing, and not overly react or be overwhelmed by what's going on around us. This is very important because mindfulness is a practice of mind. It's a type of sustained attention, focus on every moment that goes by. So we're going to see this as a contemplative attention that allows us to see each moment like an opportunity to learn. We're going to take every moment as it is. We're going to learn. We're going to explore in detail the present and perceive it with a better acuity. Now, practicing mindfulness is like building up a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it becomes. Only rather than building up a muscle, you're practicing mindfulness and you're strengthening your mind. Okay, so that's how it works. The more you practice it, the better you're going to become in being present, in understanding the situation better, in allowing yourself to learn more, in allowing yourself to live in the moment. Here's the ABC of mindfulness, ABC, that anyone can follow, okay? Appreciate. The first thing is appreciate. Appreciate every moment, whatever you're doing, okay? So gratitude, gratefulness stretches the heart and increases the awareness of the present moment. The second thing, the B, be still. We're human beings, okay? We're not human doings. We're going to practice being at peace with ourselves each day. Okay, and stillness and silence are okay with us. And this is really important because it's not like we're supposed to be busy all day long, running around. And it's okay also to be still. And the C is clean the house, or better is the clean your mind, okay? I'm meaning the mind. Remove the static from your life and anything that isn't serving you or the other people that you know. Clean those negative emotions, clean those that negative self-talk, the toxic thoughts that you don't need anymore, and so on. Okay, so this is the ABC. Appreciate, be still, clean your house or your mind. Now, in order to go into the attitudes of mindfulness, I need you to understand a very big thing, the difference between mindlessness and mindfulness. Mindlessness is what's currently happening to us. We are living mindless, okay? We're running from one part to another. We're living in this rushing routine. We're living in labels. We're living in types, in the rules, in the boundaries that don't serve us, okay? So if another person, for example, believes something that is different than what I believe, then that person is wrong. Or if something goes out of the ordinary routine that I'm living every day, oh, I'm going to get stressed. Why? Because I'm in this routine, in this mindlessness routine, that it's continuously putting labels on people, following the rules, putting myself boundaries that don't serve me, and so on. It's like a box, okay? Mindfulness is living outside of this box. This is what is free from, that is actually freeing ourselves from the non-useful limitations, becoming more aware of the expectations and the views of the world, and more aware of our experiences and our responses to the experiences that we are living. Okay, so this is the big difference, and we need to be aware about this difference, because if we are aware about this difference, it's going to be easier for us to take action and be a little bit more present in the present moment, okay? Now, I told you that I'm going to share the basic things of the mindfulness, and then I'm going to go to the exercises. So the basic things are the 7 attitudes that are the fundaments of mindfulness. Okay, so attitude number 1, an attitude of non-judgment, non-judgmental attitude. So this requires taking the stance of an impartial witness to your own experience. We have an exercise, for example, in timeline therapy, and this is really beautiful because we go like a third person in a specific event, and we'll look at the event like from the outside, okay? So with no judging, just observing the moment. The same with mindfulness, just observe yourself living your own experience, okay? You begin noticing the stream of judging mind. It's okay if it's good, bad, neutral. It's okay. It's not going to stop. I'm not saying that you need to stop in seeing the situation and as good, bad, or neutral. It's okay, but just be aware of it without judging yourself for it. Okay, so this is attitude number 1. Attitude number 2 is the attitude of patience, letting things unfold in their own time. I know we're not supposed to have patience during the today. We're like running around and we don't have patience, and we are experiencing a certain situation, or we're living a certain experience, and we're already thinking about the next one, and we don't have patience, and we don't give things their own time. Okay, so first of all, practice patience with ourselves, then stop being in such a hurry for better moments. Each one of our moments is a moment in our lives, okay? No matter if it's a good or bad moment, if it's a long or a short moment, every moment is a moment part of our lives. So being completely open to each moment, accepting its fullness, knowing that things will emerge in their own time, that's the attitude. Attitude number 3, adopting a beginner's mind. I'm amazed how children can totally focus in the moment when they have something new to learn, okay? So they could spend minutes, hours just playing with a new toy, or just playing with a piece of paper, or just cutting with scissors, or just staying there, being in the moment. And if you call them, come on, put your shoes because we need to go, that's, they're not going to hear it, because they're in the present moment, and they're in the present moment with that beginner's mind. Okay, because for us too frequently we'd let our thinking and our beliefs cloud what we think about that situation. Okay, we think we know already something, and we don't see it as a fresh experience. So cultivating a mind that is willing to view everything as if for the first time, it's a good attitude. Being open to new possibilities, not getting stuck in a rut, and we believe our perspective is the only one or the only right way. So each moment is unique and holds unique opportunities. And this perspective is going to help you in finding new solutions also to old problems. Attitude number 4, the attitude of trust. This involves developing a basic trust in ourselves and in our feelings. And here I'm talking about trusting yourself, trusting your intuition, trusting your authority, even though on the way we do make a few mistakes, okay? So this requires that we take responsibility for ourselves, we take responsibilities for our well-being, we take responsibility for following that trust that we know. For example, our body knows sometimes what's best for us, okay? So following that intuition, even though sometimes you might make mistakes, it's okay, you're learning. And also intuition, it's a muscle to train. Okay, attitude number 5, the attitude of not striving. This is actually paying attention to how you're being right now, however that is. Just observe yourself and be true to this, okay? The most effective way to achieve your own goals is to back off from striving, from running towards striving, and instead start to focus on carefully seeing and accepting things as they are, moment by moment. So with this practice and with the patience, we're going to be able to move forward towards our goals more aware, and it's going to be easier to reach them because we're not going to put so much pressure regarding striving on ourselves. Attitude number 6, unconditional acceptance, okay? Seeing things as they are in the present. We often waste a lot of time and energy denying what fact is. So we often try to force situations to how we would like them to be, which creates further tension and then prevents positive change from occurring. So, and we go in a spiral. Now, you must know that acceptance is not passive, okay? So when I say acceptance, this doesn't mean that you have to like everything and give up on your values and your principles and give up on yourself. It doesn't mean that you have to resign yourself to just tolerating things. No. It doesn't mean that you should stop trying to break free of your self-sabotaging thoughts or habits or abandon your desire to grow and change. No. This doesn't mean that you're going to sit like this, okay? No. Acceptance means, acceptance is a willingness to see things for how they are. Accept the things that you can control, accept the things that you cannot control. You're much more likely to know what to do and be able to follow your gut when you have a clear picture of what is actually happening, when you have a clear picture of what you're actually seeing right now in this current situation. And attitude number 7 is faith and let it go. Okay, so letting go is about letting things and be and accepting them as they are, and letting go of those situations, those people, or those toxic things that stuff that are not useful for you anymore. So have faith that you can move forward, have faith that you can do it better, even though you're letting go some of the things that maybe you were holding on to and maybe they were not helping you. Okay, so these qualities make up the 7 core attitudes, which together serve as the foundation for engagement in and practicing mindfulness. Okay, so I'm going to quickly repeat them just to be sure that we remember. Attitude number 1, non-judgmental attitude. 2, attitude of patience. 3, adopting a beginner's mind. 4, attitude of trust. 5, attitude of not striving. 6, unconditional acceptance. 7, faith and letting go. Now, why did I create this webinar? Because I work with stress and I work with change, okay? And I work with people that go through life changes and they need to manage this stress. And of course, we have a very difficult period right now, so we need to learn how to manage the stress. Now, mindfulness has been proven to be really useful regarding reducing stress. And there's also a method called mindfulness-based stress reduction that is going to, has been created especially for using mindfulness in stress reduction. And it's a method that really works, okay? Now, I'm just going to quickly tell you how mindfulness can reduce stress, and then I'm going to give you the 4 exercises for this week, okay? How mindfulness reduces stress. First of all, you become more aware of the thoughts, and this is really good because maybe sometimes your thoughts are coming and spinning and running around your head and you get overwhelmed, and that's going to become really difficult for you to manage. How else can mindfulness help you reducing stress? You don't immediately react to a situation, then that's really good. You're going to take yourself a moment, breathe, and you're going to use your wise mind to come up with the best solution. Then mindfulness switches on your being mode, okay? Not doing, because doing, it's a rush mode, okay? Continuously doing, but being is going also to help you with doing. You are more aware and sensitive to your needs of your body, and that's very good because you're going to notice what are those sensations or what are those pains that you might experience in your body. Um, your level of self-care and compassion for yourself and the level of care and compassion for the others are going to rise. Mindfulness is going to reduce activity in the part of your brain called the amygdala. So the amygdala is central to switching on your stress response. So effectively, your background level of stress is reduced. You're going to be more able to focus. Focus is the key word in today's world. Okay, so you complete your work more efficiently, you have a greater sense of well-being, and this is going to reduce your stress response, and you're going to manage time better. Wow. You can also change your attitude towards stress. So mindfulness is not only going to reduce your stress, but it's also going to help you in changing your attitude towards stress by thinking differently, by seeing stress differently, and you will also deal more effectively with life changes. Okay, so knowing that, what do you think? Should we go now and give you the challenge of these exercises, those practical exercises, the mindful practices for every day that you're going to start this week and you're going to do and spend time practicing mindfulness, and you're going to probably find yourself kinder, calmer, and more patient, okay? Patient. So these shifts in your experience are likely to generate changes also in other parts of your life. So if you start practicing the 4 things that I'm going to tell you, starting today, in the next weeks, you're going to see results. Mindfulness can help you become more playful, maximize your enjoyment of a long conversation with a friend over a cup of tea, fall asleep easier, wind down easier in order to relax and fall asleep, and so on. So let's see the 4 exercises, those 4 practices that I'm challenging you with for this week. 1, mindfulness while walking. Ha! This is something that I experienced a few times, and I'm absolutely amazed by the effects, because I normally go walking with my headsets on or go running with my headsets on, and I don't really experience this mindful walking. But it happened a few times that I forgot my headsets, and it was wow, wow, because uh, I got the chance to really be mindful. Okay, so don't take your headsets with you, silent your phone. And how can you do mindful walking? Walk in a normal, but just a little bit slower pace, okay? Slow enough to feel the sensation on your feet while you're stepping on the ground. So feel the heel, feel the toes touching the ground, feel the heel again of your right foot, of your left foot. So feel how you're flexing the feet and how you're touching the ground with the heel and with the toes. Okay, so this is really important. Feel the feet. Then, if you don't know what to do with your hands, you can hold them together like this. You're not going to get distracted by the movement of your hands while you're walking. Just hold them together and start feeling, hearing, listening, watching everything around you. Okay, so what sensations do you experience inside of you? Is it cold? Is it warm? Okay, what about from the outside? Is the wind touching your face? Do you feel it on your face? Look around you. Do you see birds flying? Do you see the blue in the sky? Do you see trees? What's the green color of the trees? Okay, what color do the trees have? Notice the nuances of those colors. Okay, do you hear the birds? Do you hear other sounds? Okay, just really be in the moment. Walk slowly, but at a steady pace. Okay, feel when you're touching the ground, feel your hands one to another, and experience what you see, feel, hear from the outside, and experience what you feel in the inside. Do you feel that your thoughts are starting to wander around? Then bring your awareness back to the present moment. What do you feel inside? What are those thoughts? Okay, I noticed them. I said hello to them, but I'm coming back to the present moment. Okay, and do a walk like this, uninterrupted, and let's see what happens. Okay. If you could do this walk like 3 or 4 times a week, that would be great for you, because you're going to experience the benefits of mindful walking a little bit earlier. Okay, so you're going to experience them faster. Good. So this was the first exercise that I'm challenging you with. The second exercise is mindfulness while listening. Ha! Okay, I am really mindful while I'm listening to my client, for example. As a coach, I really need to be mindful, and I need to be more than mindful. I also need to be able to listen at a global level. But I'm going to challenge you with mindful listening while you are in a conversation, any conversation, okay? So experience that this week, next week, and have meaningful, mindful conversation and really listen to the people that you are with, because we don't really listen, you know? We don't really hear what the other says. We are thinking about the future moment. What should I reply to what he's saying right now? Or what did she say and how should I reply to that? Or okay, so we're living either in the past, either in the future. We're not listening. So really listen to that person. So you're going to know that you're in the presence of a good listener when you feel that a sweet, affirming feeling of really being heard. So do that for the others, because it doesn't occur too often. So if you do that for the others, maybe that's going to be an example and you're going to inspire others to do the same. So good listening means mindful listening. Um, like mindfulness itself, listening takes a combination of intention and attention. These are very important characteristics of mindfulness: intention, attention, and attitude. Okay, so intention part in a conversation is having a genuine interest in the other person, their experiences, their views, their feelings, their needs. The attention part is being able to stay present, open, and unbiased as we receive the other's words. Okay, so even when they don't line up with our own ideas or desires. So how do you do this practically? You use open questions. You use the body language to show the other person that you're listening. You're going to reflect back, show your interest, repeat the things that are important, note your reactions inside to what is being said, and please note the other person's reaction to what they're saying, because the other person's reaction, if you're really listening, you're going to see more than you're hearing. Okay, so this was mindful listening, and I encouraged you to do this week's. The third exercise for you is begin your day mindful. Okay, don't get your phone the first thing in the morning. Oh, that's one of the worst practices, and I also did it. And I'm moving out of that behavior because that is the mindlessness behavior. That is the mindlessness attitude. I'm moving out of that because I know that the way I'm starting my day will make a huge difference in how I'm going to feel the entire day, how my mood is going to be the rest of the day. So integrating a few steps in your morning routine can support you in being more mindful, self-compassionate, connected, and resilient throughout the day. So the first thing, don't take your phone in your hand. Watch out the alarm. What kind of alarm? What kind of sound are you waking up on? Is it a gentle, soothing alarm, or it's a tense alarm? Okay, so choose relaxing music or relaxed chimes or bells or whatever it might be. Just allow your body to take in something soothing at the start to the start of the day. A second thing is hydrate before caffeinate. Okay. Remember mindlessness and mindfulness. Okay. Mindlessness, we tend to go, I'm going to get my coffee because I'm so tired. No, just stop a little bit and hydrate yourself, because rather than going straight for the coffee, you really need to get a big glass of water. If you can do that with a big warm glass of water with a little bit of lemon, then it's great. Your body is dehydrated, so your body needs water and not to drink coffee. And after you got water, after you hydrated, after a long night, then you're going to get coffee. And if you can, please do some stretching, do a bit of deep breathing, okay? And set an intention for the day. Don't grab your phone or laptop and start your day just like this on automatic pilot. No, set an intention. What are the things that you're going to focus on today? Okay, and if you can, that would be great. Just open up a window and fill up your eyes with sky, trees, or air, okay? Just, or go out in nature if you can do that, okay? I believe not everybody has this possibility in going into the nature directly from their house, but would be great if you could just allow your eyes and body to take in the sky, the trees, or just do a short walk to be able to start your day in a more rich perspective and connected. Okay, and remember the breathing, but I'm going to share that right now. In the last exercise that I'm challenging you with is the mindfulness when going to sleep. Okay, so we had one, mindful walking, the second one, mindful listening, the third one, mindful morning, and the fourth one is mindful going to sleep, using mindfulness when you're going to sleep. Now, regarding that, today, we are used to taking our phones, watching something on the social media, or watching a movie, or just looking at our screen before going to bed. It's not a good practice because it's not going to help you in relaxed and easing into the sleep. Okay, so avoid looking at anything with a screen, your tablet, your phone, your computer, your TV for the night. The light of those screens can keep you awake and alert. Okay, so say goodnight to your devices 1 hour before and engage in relaxing activities. Now, 10 minutes before you're going to bed, 10 minutes before bedtime, begin a focused mindfulness exercise. Try a body scan meditation. Those body scans are effective mindfulness meditations for sleep. Okay, so start by noticing sensations in your body and your breathing. When your attention wanders, see if you can just take note of that and then gently center on your thoughts and come back to where you were in that present moment. When we allow ourselves to be with what's here, the body naturally goes to rest. Okay, so this is really important. Sit comfortably in a chair if you can. Keep your mind um, on what you're feeling, on the pressure that you're feeling against the chair. Is your the back of your head pressing against the chair? How is the rest of the body touching the chair, and how do you feel regarding that? Okay, so how heavy is your body? How heavy are your arms, your shoulders, your ears, your head? Okay, so work down then towards your feet, and you're going to go back up, and you're going to experience that for just a few minutes. It can be 3 minutes, 5 minutes, no more than that, because that's a very short exercise. Just living that moment with everything that you're experiencing in your body. It's a body scan meditation, okay? Now, if your mind begins to wander, don't worry about it. Just notice and get back on track. After this exercise, when you ease up into the sleeping, after this exercise, just go into the bed. And there, do some deep breaths and sleep. Now, if you're not able to sleep, get up, sit in the chair again, and repeat the exercise. But don't force yourself too much to sleep, okay? If you're spending more than 20 minutes trying to fall asleep, that's not good, because your mind is going to associate the bed with the sleepless, okay? So you need that your mind associates the bed with sleep. So be tired, be sleepy when you're going to bed. Like this, you don't spend more than 20 minutes just laying down and trying to fall asleep. If you don't fall asleep, go back up, go in the chair, do a little bit of breathing exercise, or you just go and make yourself a little bit of calming tea, or just do something else, write in a journal, do something else, and then go back into bed. If you can also encourage in positive distractions, because most of the times we don't fall asleep because our mind wanders. Okay, so we're thinking about the future, what I'm going to do in that event over there, and we're not living in the present. Then some of the times we're thinking about the past, what happened there, how did I make this mistake, what happened, why did it go so wrong, and all that. So we're not living in the present, we're living or in the future or in the past. And what's happening is that we're getting so much tension and we cannot fall asleep. So engage in positive distractions like visualization. Focus on your attention on what what is interesting for you. So maybe you close your eyes and picture a nice beach. Can you hear the crashing of waves? Can you feel the sun on your skin while you're laying down on the beach? Can you taste the salt of the sea and all that? So those images can help you in passing slowly into the dream moment, okay? And this is going to keep it positive and pleasant, because if you're going into dreaming with attention, you might also dream badly, okay? And of course, focus on gratitude, because if you focus on gratitude, that's also a way to go to sleep on a positive note. And just to finish, if you cannot fall asleep, then you're going to practice a little bit of breathing, mindful breathing. Okay, so our breathing is a very powerful way for us to regulate our emotion, and it is something that we take for granted through but through your breath you can activate your parasympathetic nervous system, and that's actually the calming response in your body. So one of the most calming breathing exercise you can do is to breathe in, count to 4, hold, okay, for 7, and then breathe out for 8. So let's try it together here, okay? Breathing for 4. And breathe out for 8. Okay, so do it like this for a few times. Sit or stand comfortably if you need. Notice your normal breath, and then you do this deep breathing. If it's not okay for you to do this deep breathing, just put one hand on your chest, the other one on the belly, and try to notice how you're breathing. Okay, breathe naturally, normally, and feel if you're breathing more in the chest or in the tummy. Just don't think about it too much. Just be aware of what's happening and see how you feel about it. Breathe deeply for a few times, and then try to switch the breaths from and breathe only from the chest, or try to switch the breath and breathe only from the lower lungs, or try to breathe from the two parts together, and see how a deep breath is going to build up. Okay, so deep breathing, I'm telling you, it works. I use it before I start my training courses. I use it before I start my coaching sessions. I use it all the time, because this is how I prepare myself. I prepare my body, and this is how I prepare my mind too. Okay, so what are the 4 exercises that I'm giving you for this week's? The first exercise is mindful walking. Do a few mindful walks every week. The second exercise, mindful listening. Listen by using mindfulness, okay? Listen deeply and be present with the other person. The third thing, begin your day with mindfulness. Begin your day mindful. Watch out the sounds, hydrate, observe nature if you can, deep breath, and set an intention for the day. And the fourth thing, use mindfulness when you're going to sleep. Watch out with the screens, do the breaths, and try a body scan meditation. If your mind wanders, it's not a problem. That's a good thing, because you're seeing it and you're bringing it back to the present moment. Okay, so these are my challenges for this week's. I am looking forward to hear from you in the comments, or in a direct message, or in a private message, how this goes. And I'm looking forward to see the results that you're going to tell me about in the next weeks. Okay, so a big hug, everybody. Thank you very much for joining